Welcome. In this video, we will discuss about the National Agricultural Education Policy. So this policy has come up in line with the National Education Policy which was released in 2020 itself, and which is more along the line of how the flexibility could be provided in the graduation courses. So Natural Agricultural Education Policy is aligned with the NEP 2020. So that is the major thing over here. Let's try to understand the features over here and what is it all encompasses. So the first National Agricultural Education Policy. So just remember, this is the first time National Agricultural Education Policy has come into picture. Is set to bring academic credit banks and degree programs with multiple entry and exit option to the 74 university focused on crop sciences, fisheries, veterinary, dairy training and research. So this is the first educational policy related to the agriculture graduation, and it is going to mobilize what the concept which was put forward in the NEP 2020, which is your academic credit banks as well as degree program with the multiple exit and entry points. The process for formulating the NAEP was started about 2 months ago after the release of NEP 2020. Earlier, the Prime Minister had pushed for taking farm education to middle school level, saying necessary reforms have been made in this regard in the NEP 2020. So basically, we know that India is still a agro economy. We have a lot of people who are there, and it is also realized, like if you have watched the movie Interstellar, you might have seen that the major problem in that movie, it was highlighted that there was no proper crop protection because nobody want to get into the agriculture and farming. So if we are able to modernize the education related to agriculture, if we are able to provide them with the experimental education as if what is mentioned in this particular policy, there will be more people who would be willing to take this degree course. So that is the context. Now let's try to understand the key takeaways from this policy. So academic credit bank, what are these? So these may be a service provider available to a desirable student community. It may facilitate the integration of the campuses and distributed learning system by creating student mobility within the inter and intra-university system. So credit system, the academic credit banks, just try to understand on those regard that for an example, you took one course and you gain some credit for that, but because of some reason you were not able to continue with your degree and you have to move out, but you still have sufficient amount of credit which could have, if they are able to, you can encash, you will be able to get enough credit to complete a year of your course. So such kind of facility would be provided under the academic credit banks. It may help in seamlessly integrating skills and experience into a credit-based formal system by providing a credit recognition mechanism. So for an example, if you have done any professional course, you would have seen that apart from every subject used to carry apart from marks some kind of credits. And you need to have certain credits in one particular semester or year in able to pass that. So such kind of credit, if you keep on collecting and for some reason you are not able to do the other subject in one particular year, that particular credit bank would actually help you to complete your year. It will digitally store academic credit earned, so it will be in the digital format only. They will store your academic credits earned from recognized higher education institution and allow for credit redemption in order to be awarded a certificate, diploma or degree. So for an example, it also allows for the inter and intra university movement also. Like for an example, if you have got the credit for an example in your economy course, you got some credit from some university, but due to some reason you were not able to complete it over there, you can actually like redeem those credits if you are applying or if you are trying to complete the education from some other university. So such kind of things, such kind of flexibility would now be available for the agricultural students also. Other thing which is like the major point mentioned in this particular agricultural education policy is the experimental education. What is meant by experimental education is a teaching philosophy that inform many methodology in which educator purposefully engage with the learners in direct experience and focused reflection in order to increase knowledge, develop skill, clarify values, and develops people capacity to contribute to their community. So the whole idea of experimental education is education should not you are just theoretically reading about it, but you are experimenting it, you are applying whatever you are studying. So that kind of pedagogy of teaching is one of the component of experimental education. The Student Ready, which is Rural Entrepreneurship Awareness Development Yojana program, requires all students to undertake a 6-month internship, usually in their 4th year, to gain hands-on training, rural awareness, industry experience, research expertise, and entrepreneurship skill. So there is already a ready program which is there, under which the graduates of the agricultural degree would have to do a 6 months internship in the rural area. Why? Because the rural area is the one where the major agricultural practices are discussed. So in order to connect to the community, in order to discuss their problem, understand what kind of problems they are facing and how they could be solved, would eventually help the students to gain better perspective about their course. The option of multiple entry and exit provides students with the opportunity to earn a diploma or an advanced diploma, while they are given the choice to re-enter as and when they are able to resume their studies and earn a full degree course. So basically what happened at times, because of some family emergency or because of some financial constraint, some students might not be able to complete the 4-year degree program. But what could happen now, multiple entry and exit point could help them to, like, if they have completed 2 years, they could get some certification. If they have completed 3 years, they could get another kind of certification or diploma. And then they want to complete their entire degree course, they could come back. So such kind of flexibility is also envisioned in this particular policy. This is also the component which was mentioned in the NEP. So these are the few what you can say reforms which were introduced in the NEP and is now been come up for the agricultural education policy. Now what are the challenges? So we just discussed that how this is going to help the agricultural education become more prominent in the country, but at the same time there are certain challenges. Let's discuss them. Agricultural universities have been modeled on land grant pattern with focus on research and extension and deep community connection, driven by philosophy that farmers need holistic solution to their problems. So actually the education of agriculture is very much related to their connection with the community, how well they could understand the problems of farmers and then they could provide a holistic solution. However, in recent years, several domain-specific universities in horticulture, veterinary science, and fisheries science have come up. Incorporating humanities and social science into these settings could be a big challenge. Now, we have a credit system, we also have multiple exit and entry. In such a scenario, how we could go ahead and integrate the social science with the present structure could be a big challenge. Though agriculture education is a state subject, the Indian Council of Agriculture Research, which is your ICAR, is under the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmer Welfares, and it is the one which is responsible for quality of education across the country. So agricultural education, the quality is maintained by the ICAR, which is under a union ministry, even though the agriculture education is a state subject. Now the expectation is that it is going to continue to set the standards and the new system of higher education also, like the new system which is proposed, even in then it is considered that ICAR going to go ahead and set the quality standards. However, it is not clear whether it will continue in its accreditation and grant making roles under the new regime. Now there is a lot of ambiguity in the sense that nothing has been talked about that whether ICAR would be the one giving accreditation or granting the funds to the university going ahead or not. So this has not been made clear under the new regime. So these are the few challenges which would come up once this education policy in agricultural education is put forward. So I hope you have understood this video. If you have any doubt, feel free to drop a comment. Thank you.